Welcome back to another episode of the Block Runner Podcast. I'm your host, William, always here with your co-host, Iron Man.
What's up, dude?
On the sticks, we got TJ.
Hello.
And we're just hot off the presses that the House of Representatives have blocked the Clarity Act, the Genius Act, and the Anti-CBDC Act.
Yeah.
Thank you, Democrats.
Yeah, man. Did you feel the somber tone in my voice?
Yeah, I feel it now.
Yeah. Okay, now you feel it. Usually I'm much more like, what's going on, dude? But this time, like,
It's like, hello.
what's up? Because I'm fucking pissed, dude. I'm sad.
Yeah.
I'm upset.
This delays going to the moon.
Basically. It felt like everything was, but I should have expected this, right? Like, of course, like the major legislation for crypto wouldn't be like an easy, like slam dunking, right?
Yeah.
Nothing but netter. Right, of course it was going to be one of those like bouncers off of the rim there, then like hits the backboard, and then it bounces again up the rim, and then oh no, it's spinning, and then stands there for like, which feels like an eternity,
A lifetime. Yeah.
and then it just hits the net.
So
right?
you win the game.
It's one of those. By then, who knows? That might be a decade from now, dude.
Yeah.
But hopefully not. Hopefully people are saying. So we're recording this, in case you don't know, on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
You're watching this on a Saturday.
Super early.
So by the time you're watching this, none of this probably is relevant.
Yeah.
Most likely. But they're saying another vote's going to happen tonight, which means Tuesday night, which might actually push some things through. If not, then most likely like a repackaging effort, right?
Yeah, let me find a post here that I found interesting.
And if you wonder why we're so invested in this bill, I mean, if you've been watching our content for the last several weeks, a lot of the theses that we've conjured up over the weeks. Really, the center point of focus is the passing of these bills. Like, this is the parallel inflection moment to the 97, 98 era of the dot-com bubble, right? Like, this is the stuff we need as a precursor to absolute Wall Street institutional adoption of things crypto-related, right? We need this. So until this, we don't have the biggest bull cycle of our lifetime, generational bull cycle. Right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
And you know what is stopping generational bull cycling?
Democrats?
This this amendment. Yeah, basically.
None of them voted yes.
Correct.
Not a single one, dude.
But they propose an amendment though.
Okay.
Right. That amendment says they've introduced and aimed at forcing the release of all files related to Jeffrey Epstein.
Wow.
So Trump, you can't get rich unless you dox yourself.
What a cliffhanger, dude.
That's quite the drama is unfolding here.
Yeah, so do you think that's why they're doing it? Like, because they're...
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, this implies several things, right? It's like, Democrats want to take stabs at Trump at however they want, right? And they've discovered, or they have a belief that the unveiling of this list, which the FBI says doesn't even exist, right?
CIA has confirmed.
But they're still like appending this to bills. It's like, so the Congress is essentially confirming its existence, right? Or how are you going to propose like
something that does not exist?
Yeah, like what's
like hell? I need you to prove that unicorns exist.
Yeah, like, release the Bigfoot footage.
Yeah.
Where's the Area 51 docs?
Right.
Where's that fucking alien that Will Smith punched?
Right.
Where's it at, dude? Shit like that. That's how ridiculous this feels.
That is ridiculous.
How are you gonna? Government's
this is a crypto bill. It has nothing to do with Epstein.
I totally agree.
I feel like somebody's gonna look at this and be like, "Yeah, this is ridiculous. Let's just."
Yeah, but then what? You could, of course, we're all saying that now, but Congress has the power.
Well,
Congress, they've already executed on denying this stuff, right?
Well, yeah, but I feel like something else can happen where they can't just like add this like ridiculous stuff here.
Yeah, to where like this stuff can't ever get passed because there's nothing to present.
Right.
My guys. But I don't necessarily believe that to be true.
No.
I think there has to be some kind of
list. A client list.
What does a client list mean though? Like, what do they mean by that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what if you just went to the island for like a pretty regular time? Right?
Regular time at Epstein Island, dude. Let's imagine that. What does that look like, dude?
I don't know. I mean, you're just hanging out on an island.
You're a Wall Street billionaire.
Yeah,
You're a tech billionaire. You just invented like the best software ever, dude. And like, you get a phone call from Epstein.
It's like, hey, you want to come hang?
We got a crazy bash going on this weekend, dude. You can't miss it.
And there's a private jet and everything.
Yeah, you just show up at this airport and you got a full escort.
I mean, what do you what do you do at parties, right? You just like drink and then
you just do a lot of this, right? You just
Pretty
standing
much.
around with a cup in hand, and you just like mingle with each other, right? It's like,
Yeah,
hello,
you just-
sir.
how's your software doing?
My software's doing quite well. Thanks for asking. You know, I heard there's like some child sex trafficking going on over there.
No, that's
How
not. That's
about
not
we
happening here.
participate, dude?
That's not happening at all.
I'm like, all right, back on my jet I go. I get out of this fucking plane. And then 20 years later, this dude gets unalived in prison. And I just happened to be on that fucking list, even though I was the good guy who turned around and
Correct.
booked it out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a complex like web of events. you
Yeah.
have to-
Just because you showed up on the list doesn't mean you committed any crime.
yeah, but so then there's footage though, isn't there?
Yeah, but the footage they claim was like there's not a whole lot of stuff happening. It's just people at a party.
Yeah, but these are the same people telling us there's no list, right?
Maybe there's no list, but there's people at a party. Like,
Yeah, but maybe there's
is that the list?
maybe there's also footage, but they've like hidden the relevant footage, right?
I don't know. The list could be made up too. It's like there's no list. It's like I just invited people to my party. If they did something illegal, that's what they did. I didn't like initiate it.
Well, there's definitely like an airplane list, right? There's like a already documented.
Yeah, but you can't fly. You can't get on an airplane now, or what?
Well, if you you can get on an airplane, but
I
if
think
that
it was the destination that was
Yeah.
the issue.
yeah, airplanes aren't at fault here, dude.
Well,
It's
even the destination. Why is the destination so bad? If
well, it's associated to a child sex trafficking ring. right?
allegedly, right?
I mean, isn't there somebody in prison right now for this crime? Ghislaine or whatever, Ghislaine
Maxwell, yeah.
Maxwell. Yeah,
Huh, yeah.
that's like a real. That's an implication, dude. That's like
It is an implication, but has she been like convicted?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
She's
she's been
serving prison
convicted.
time for
Oh,
this
boy.
this offense. This and then the man himself suddenly disappeared from
But
Earth.
nonetheless, just because you go to the island doesn't mean you partook.
No, I understand that, but yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to understand. Okay, they want a client list, right? So, like, there's an airplane list. So, client list must not be that. Like,
Oh,
a
I
list
see.
of people. Like, we all know Bill Gates and
Yes.
Bill Clinton, and I think even Donald Trump is on the airplane list.
Didn't Bill Cosby also go?
Of course, he did.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, Bill Cosby was there, dude. It was like the nexus, most likely. You know,
He's the one who started it.
he brought the pudding pops and everything, dude.
He bought the party favors.
I bet you Diddy was there at some point. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe he wasn't rich enough.
Well, yeah.
I mean, he's pretty rich, but the point is, yeah, we know a lot of these powerful, influential people made it to the island, but so then something about that client list must implicate like
Must
what
indicate
you
something,
did
yeah.
at that island.
Yeah, but you need to know that there is a client list to begin with.
Maybe Maxwell spilled
mean,
the
if-
beans.
If you're doing this activity, I would imagine that there isn't a list, right? You just sort of kind of like
Yeah, what a weird list to be on,
It
dude.
happens.
It's like before you go into the dungeon, it's like just mark down your name. You got to do it in blood. You know, it's like a prick of the finger. It's
Uh-huh.
like, I'm in. I'm coming in. I don't know, dude. It just doesn't make sense to me. Why is there a list? That's so odd.
Yeah. I feel like if you're going to do something illegal, you just kind of not have
A
any
list?
evidence.
Or don't keep record.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was the 90s, dude. Or it's the early 2000s.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, those are different times. It's like nothing can go wrong until 9/11 happened, I guess.
That's true.
Things really went wrong. All of a sudden, the universe felt way more dangerous, right?
Speaking of, apparently you can keep your shoes on getting into the airport.
What do you mean?
Like you don't have to take your shoes off anymore.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow, that's important knowledge. I'm going to one tomorrow. It's very nice. I get to keep my shoes on, dude. It's great.
Yeah, I mean you kind of speed up the process, right?
Just a little bit. I just didn't like that they're smelling everyone's feet in that line. It's pretty gross, you know?
Yeah.
Even though it's temporary. Then you get on the plane and it's like even smellier.
Right.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Depends on the plane, the airline provider.
Yeah,
My
but they,
man's been flying Spirit, I see.
That's right. That's my Spirit airline experience, dude. Sitting on those motherfucking titanium chairs, dude. They're
the
so
plastic
hard.
chairs. Yeah.
They feel like you're sitting on like tombstones.
Yeah.
They hurt so bad. Yeah, but I'm not doing Spirit this time.
Yeah. Spirit sucks.
But yeah, so speaking of that, that's why we're recording this on Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why our, I don't know, reactions here might be misplaced,
Mistimed.
misrepresentative of like the actual timeline of events. Right?
It's so misrepresentative that we just recorded a 20-minute video also on Monday that was posted Tuesday.
Yeah.
And we were bullish on these acts being passed today.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, I didn't know at what point this week, but it's crypto week. But
Yeah.
but we should have I guess assumed something like this could happen, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's probably our lack of experience, like actually paying attention to the legislative process. We just kind of like hear about things once it makes it out to the chain
Yeah.
of the executive orders, right?
Yeah. We just didn't have so much at stake in a bill until now.
I'm sure we have, preservation of privacy.
Yeah.
There's been plenty of bills that
It's true.
kind of like eroded that.
Yeah.
What else?
Uh,
Anything you guys care about?
concealed handgun carry.
Did they ever try and like actually push something through?
Yeah. Remember that one kid who shot that guy that was attacking him and in the middle of a riot?
Yeah.
It was, he used an AR-15.
Yeah.
They're using the Kyle Rittenhouse.
There you go.
There was
Yeah.
a bill as a result of that.
Not a bill, but they were challenging the fact that you could defend yourself in the middle of like that kind of situation or something like that. And so he was tried, and then he
Oh yeah.
got free, right?
Yeah. That was just like whether or not he was acting in self defense, right?
That's right.
Yeah, that wasn't like an attempt to like
Yeah, but-
systemically.
But
change.
also he went into a different state,
Mm,
right? And he was like looking for trouble.
I see.
That was like the kind of like the implication there.
Yeah, I guess that sets like a
A bad precedent.
or just a precedent, right, for future
Yeah, you could just like carry your gun and look for trouble, get attacked, and then just kill somebody.
I don't know. Was he looking for trouble? Like, did he already like?
I don't know. I think he was. He was trying to defend like buildings in a state that he wasn't
A resident of?
domiciled in.
Okay, lawyer. You're really trying to crack this case, aren't you? Yeah, but that happened. That happens all the time.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But the point is, our government is at work, allegedly, pretty persistently,
Yeah.
right?
yeah. So things like this happen regularly.
Yeah, this might just be like a normal thing.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't know. The fact that you just mentioned that they're demanding this
The
Epstein file thing, that doesn't seem normal. That seems like like you're saying, like a political
Yeah,
hoopla.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
It's just, I don't know. Maybe,
I mean, they're implying that Donald Trump is on the list. I think.
are they?
I think so. There's so many other things to release.
Yeah, if Democrats are this gung ho about if it exists and releasing the information on it, for sure it's going to implicate some notable Democrats, right? But they think, yeah, like the master implication here is like Trump, right?
Yeah.
If he's on it, then that overweighs any like Democrat.
So
like,
here's the
fall
thing:
off, foul out.
there are pictures with Donald Trump and Epstein, just like was there one with Elon or no?
I don't think I've ever seen one with Elon.
It's hard. I don't
No.
think so either. I don't know.
There was some connection there, but not like directly in the case like Donald Trump and Epstein. But there's some pictures of them together,
Yeah,
like partying.
they were bros for
the-
sure. I think so.
So does that like automatically implicate like Donald Trump?
I think it like makes it
It
a little bit-
implies?
no, it just makes it suspect, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you're hanging out with Jeffrey Dahmer. It's like you might eat people too,
I don't know. I don't know if
No?
that's the case.
Well, whatever. You get to weaponize that, right? If
Yeah, I guess
if your
so.
political opponent has that
Exactly.
like in their
Yeah. So if you're hanging out with Jeffrey Dahmer, you definitely eat people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Therefore,
I
you
see
shouldn't.
that.
You should not. You should be impeached immediately.
Yes. Yeah. I can see that.
Right. The same vibes. Same vibes.
Sure. Sure.
But here they are trying to inject. Yeah. So that it says a lot. 'Cause-
Yeah, but what does like digital currency have to do with Epstein though?
well, it's the fact that Trump really wants this stuff to get pushed through, right? Not just Trump, but like the whole establishment. He's kind of like architected around him.
Yeah.
Clearly, because this stuff was supposed to kind of like, from my initial understanding, was supposed to roll out like in phases. Like Genius Act was supposed to be like standalone July occurrence,
Yeah.
and from what I remember, Clarity wasn't like supposed to kind of like be in discussion till September
Yeah.
and stuff like that, right? But all of a sudden, it'll pile in at once.
It's
They
true.
created like it's a crypto week, guys, and we're gonna push all this stuff through. So, and these are the words from Trump himself. You know,
Yeah.
he's very adamant about these things becoming law. Right?
Yeah, and just like zooming out a little bit, I think it is important that the United States be the capital of crypto, like of the world.
Yeah. If you remove politics
Yeah.
aside,
Yes.
which never happens,
Right.
right? Like that is the best case scenario.
It not only it is the best case scenario, but it's such a critical case scenario because if you're not the crypto capital of the world, I think you lose the next 100 years
Yeah.
in terms of being the world reserve currency and like being a superpower.
Because of like Bitcoin's like unstoppable trajectory is what you're saying?
Yes, yes. Yeah, because once Bitcoin gets to 1 million or 10 million and you're not at the top of the leaderboard as a country, you're effectively no longer the leader.
Right. Yeah, which is in today's cycle, the narrative around that is like if you're a publicly traded company and you don't have Bitcoin on your balance sheet,
Yeah.
you're quickly becoming
Irrelevant.
like there's math to back that up too, right?
Yes.
Like even these like highly profitable companies like Nvidia, right? You shared a tweet that was like, even though Nvidia is like crushing it as a company,
Yeah.
they're actually like eroding
Yeah.
under the lens of Bitcoin.
Yeah. Nvidia priced in Bitcoin is losing 50%, every year.
Yeah, and that's Nvidia. So what are all the other companies doing?
Yeah, more than that, 70%.
Yeah, so that's serious, right? So, but the government doesn't have full conviction in that, right? This is like next cycle juice, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this a lot recently over the last 2 years. Specifically, this idea is that if a country or a general in the military refuses to recognize a new technology, you are doomed to fail. You're doomed to lose.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think it's so critical that the United States recognizes what Bitcoin is and get in front of it, collect the 1 million to 4 million in Bitcoin, and you are the reigning superpower for at least the next 100 years.
Yeah.
And if you delay, then you really make it difficult for yourself to even be in the conversation.
Yeah. So what do you think about like the the context of, Trump and his organization front running that to the degree that they have or are in real time, with World Liberty Finance, Trump Media
Yeah.
Organization, which is a publicly traded company, which they've announced to become a Bitcoin treasury player. It's like they're actively part of like,
Yeah, they have like a vested interest and like
very much so.
a potential conflict of interest as a result.
You could argue,
Yeah.
right? Which I feel like fuels some of the sentiment, I guess, to resist this stuff. If you're a political opponent, right? Like you could build that narrative case. I don't know if there's where people will shoot. What do they call them? People attack Nancy Pelosi all the time because she gets like insider information.
Yeah.
She's like apparently the best trader on Wall Street
Yeah.
or something. If you just follow her portfolio, you're a fucking billionaire by now, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Her portfolio is like extremely high compared to her income.
Yeah.
It's like ridiculously high, like 70 million versus like 250,000 per year, 300,000 per year, something like that.
There's a guy on X who follows her who actually like follows
Tracks
her
her?
trades and does them, and I think he was up big time last time I saw it.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
It's like a proven like hack. Just follow as if Nancy Pelosi's actually like
Out in the
expert
trenches.
level. Yeah, she's absolutely Martha Stewarting her way up the ladder, dude. Like without a doubt, she's in there with the tech oligarchs for sure. They're giving her the deets, right?
So where's this list of people of insider trading? Right? Where's that?
Right. That's what I mean. So it's like,
That's next year's talking point.
yeah, WTF, mate? It's like, guess what? Politicians are corrupt.
Yeah,
Breaking news.
yeah.
Right? But, they're going to fight. They're going to fight, and they're going to fight ugly. This is an ugly fight here. And it sucks. Yeah, crypto, god damn it. Of course, we're like in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Of course.
We're in the crossfire.
Yeah. Of course they would, because already crypto has that like muckiness to it.
Yeah.
Fucking thanks, Sam.
Yeah, now we're on like Epstein's team here. Like, what's
Team
going on?
Epstein.
Whoa.
We are on Team Epstein, dude. How'd that
It's
happen?
like
For the record, I'm not on Team Epstein.
well, we're trying to hide the list so we could get these bills passed, dude.
Right.
Yeah. Apparently, that's the new narrative. Fucking Republicans, dude. Fucking crypto people, dude. They're fucking all pedophiles.
Yeah.
I've been telling y'all, dude. They've leveled up from terrorists
Right.
to pedophiles, sympathizers, right?
Yeah. I mean, this is why we never talk about politics, is because of this stuff.
Yeah, but
Like I like what Elon says. It's like physics tells you the truth, and you cannot like circumvent that.
yeah,
And so, this is not. There's no physics here. It's just politics.
yeah. It's monkeys throwing poop at each other.
Yeah.
It's literally a poop flinging contest. Like that's how we govern ourselves, and it's getting uglier over time, but this is how you do things, right?
Yeah.
So again, it's Tuesday. Hopefully by Saturday, when you guys are all watching this, paying attention, things have cleaned up by then.
You're all rich.
Yeah, Valhalla's back on schedule.
Yeah.
If not, then I guess it's a wait and see type situation, right?
Yeah.
I mean, who knows how Donald's gonna have to like.
Finagle his way out of this one.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some. Anytime like somebody from the press like pesters him a little bit about this list, he freaks the fuck out, dude. Every time. Like he really hates this list, dude. He really hates that people keep like bugging him about it. He's like, "Are y'all really still talking about that?" It's like we're over here trying to solve the world. That was like the worst Donald Trump impression ever, dude. Didn't sound anything like him.
Spot on.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's more like fucking, I don't know, FDR.
But yeah, I mean, so there's that, and then switching the subject a little bit. Elon talking about getting Grok's cluster into the millions in terms of GPU like usage. And they released Grok 4 and Grok 4 Heavy, which we need to try out.
We will, for sure. Yeah, we got a lot of things we're cooking, and AI has been
We actually need AI.
for a lot of things, right? It's just
Yeah.
AI has been proving itself to be like the best,
The best friend.
the best builder, bro.
Yeah, that's
To
right.
have, before it's like, we need more chefs. Actually,
Yes.
we're learning that with AI. We just
We need
didn't,
like PhD chefs.
yeah. So that what we need is like non-yes men, right? Who tell us like what you're doing is cool and all, but there's better ways to do it,
Yes.
more efficient ways to do it. Optimizations and such, so that you don't run into maybe things you're not thinking about, right?
Yeah,
A little bit-
bottlenecks, and all of a sudden you get 10,000 users on your website and it just like collapses. There's a meltdown. Like we can't have that.
No. And we've had those situations in the past.
Mm-hmm.
A la mScribe BlockPad.
Yep.
You guys remember those mints? Beautiful experience. I think one of the coolest products we've come up with.
Yeah, and I think in all of crypto too.
Oh, I don't know about all that. I mean, maybe.
It can be. It just hasn't.
Yeah, it has the potential to be that for sure.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
But we ran into a lot of those unforeseeable friction points of like, not optimized, not efficient. Because we were more so we were trying to deliver something that we felt was uniquely interesting per our product offerings, right? We have DMT.
Yeah,
All that stuff.
and a lot of websites are getting closer to being like multiplayer,
Mm-hmm.
and so this was a multiplayer mint if we ever saw one.
the BlockFed mints.
Yeah, on Memscribe.
Yeah, that was what we were leaning into.
Yeah.
Right. Which went against all like, what's the word?
Convention.
Yeah, it's like you want to lower the barrier of friction. Like you literally want people to like blink and make money. You know, it's
Yeah.
like don't make them fight. Literally.
Yeah, just give them a button, get them to press it,
Yeah.
sign the wallet transaction, and then
Yeah.
you're done. But we made it way more complex.
Yeah, we did just because I don't know. It felt like that was the more interesting direction, right? But
Yeah.
it came with a lot of consequences, right? Is just and we didn't have AI at the time to
No, we
really
didn't.
optimize our development. So that's what's different this time around. So we can offer something that I think is much more consumer like digestible, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So what we're talking about is getting DMT on the map
Yes.
and to a larger extent.
Much larger extent. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
you guys have been watching us. You guys are well aware of what DMT is.
Yeah. These are the bright lights,
What?
where we're going.
I see.
Yeah. Because I don't think there's a bigger stage than
Oh, I see. Yeah.
where we're going.
Yeah, we want that, right? Even though it's like, I really don't want that personally.
You don't want to get on stage?
I hate the idea of stages, dude. You know, it brings back PTSD from like my childhood.
Right.
You know, those plays and such.
Yeah.
Fucking fumbling my lines. Horrible experience, dude.
Oh, you just got to practice, dude.
No thanks. I want to be at peace.
You don't want to practice like MJ and Tom Brady and like
We practice every day, dude, but not to be stagers.
stage managers?
I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe I need to just buck up, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Stage is bright. The lights are bright for a reason. Because
Yeah.
you got a show to put on, right? You
Yeah.
got a story to tell.
yes.
And I think we do. I think we got a very cool story. I think we got
I think we got the coolest story.
I think we do too. And it's perfectly aligned with the like timeline of history of where crypto is at the current moment, meaning like we're kind of recirculating back to the ideation of like, you know, Bitcoin being at the center of things.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a nice power line from Michael Saylor himself. If you've been watching some of his like recent keynote addresses, you know, previous cycles have been much less emphasis on Bitcoin, more like what can programmability enable, you know, with Ethereum and smart contracts and such.
Yeah.
NFTs came out of that. DeFi has come out of that. Stable coins, all this cool stuff, right?
Yep.
But a lot of the energy and the conviction is coming back to the understanding that Bitcoin is truly a unique, like, concoction,
Yeah.
like in the timeline of the species. Actually, like it could really transform a lot of things.
Yeah. So I've been watching those speeches and just trying to get a gauge of what people are saying about Bitcoin, just to understand like where kind of like the mind is at, like what is the information being propagated by some of these like notable individuals like Michael Saylor. And they're saying things like Bitcoin is more like the discovery of fire, where before you've discovered fire, you sort of like had a very terrible existence. And then after you discovered fire, now you're eating, you know, like cooked meat. You can like do stuff with fire. And that's what Bitcoin is. It's like all of a sudden you had money like fiat, and then now you have something like Bitcoin that is just completely different.
Well, okay, yeah, different, but has to be better, right? That's what fire.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. But it's different in the sense that it is like fire. It is like leveraging oil. It is like discovering electricity. It's like it changes everything.
Yeah, I think it can. Like when you start to assume like an actual conversion of like, you know, the monetary standard, like from fiat to like a hard asset like Bitcoin. Yeah, you start to see it. You could see the snowball effects of that, right?
Yeah.
Where Bitcoin is a Trojan horse to a much more just, I don't know, digitally secured financial future overall, right? It's not just Bitcoin by itself.
Yeah. Also, the argument in 1971 when we transitioned to out of the gold standard in 1971. Before that, things were more healthier, right? People were able to afford homes and they had jobs. And like once that transition happened, like everything got worse. and things got way more expensive, and technology progressed, but salaries did not. Things like that. And so we might be going into a future where everything is backed by Bitcoin, but we still have stable coins, and it's all backed by Bitcoin. So we're going back to kind of like the gold standard, but for the digital age.
Exactly. Yeah, in order for all these like complexity add-ons to follow up, like you've got to have, again, the Trojan horse, which Bitcoin is, actually work, right? People have to form, consensus and like their appreciation for this thing the same way we did for gold. Because if you think about it, it's like, what is it? Like, it's just like a shiny metal. Dude.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, there's some properties to it that make it like very...
It's difficult to get out of the ground, difficult to reproduce, difficult to make, but it's also very hard to transport too. So there's like these unintended, unfortunate properties to gold that make it not usable for the future.
Yeah, but it makes it perceivably valuable, right? Because it's like, like hard to get.
Yeah.
It's very scarce. So it's like, it took generations though, like centuries, I think, for people to really lock in on that understanding. It's like, we need to just, build these complexity layers on top of that.
Yeah.
Which we're kind of like heading into for crypto, right?
Yeah. It's kind of weird that we're going back to how things were with the gold standard, but Bitcoin this time. I find that very interesting.
Isn't that like how it's, if it's digital gold, come on.
Yeah, right.
It's supposed to work that way, right?
I would think so. The tweet you were referring about earlier was, if you were to buy NVIDIA, it would require 35 million Bitcoin.
Can you pull up that tweet, by the way?
Yeah.
So we can kind of look at it, because people don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah. What do you think about that, TJ? Is that it costs 35 million Bitcoin to buy NVIDIA?
I did see that, which I saw something too. It's like,
which obviously
one day it'll just be 1 Bitcoin.
Oh shit!
That's $4 trillion if it stays the same per Bitcoin.
It's just 1 Bitcoin.
That's technically infinite dollars, right?
What?
4 trillion per Bitcoin. That's infinite money.
Is it?
Not
it's not technically
not technically, but practically.
Yeah, it's non-realistic.
Yeah,
right. It's something.
So here it is. NVIDIA is worth 35.8 million Bitcoin. That's not going to fit. There's only 21 million. NVIDIA will go down in BTC terms. Apple is worth 26 million Bitcoin today. That's also not going to fit. There's only 21 million Bitcoin. Tesla is worth 8.2 million Bitcoin today. That fits, but do you really think Tesla is worth 40% of all Bitcoin? It's like, nah. It's like there's only 21 million Bitcoin, always and forever. Everything has to fit inside. Then you realize the Chinese yuan is worth 377 million Bitcoin. 183 million for the US dollar.
Wrecked.
Euro is 152 million.
Wrecked.
Everything is trending down in Bitcoin terms forever. When I first made this post in October 24, NVIDIA was worth 46 million Bitcoin. And Apple was worth 55 million. And Tesla 12 million. So NVIDIA declined 23%, Apple has declined 53%, Tesla declined 36%. So this is happening as you read these words, everything is getting repriced inside of Bitcoin's 21 million supply. This means...
Yeah, so what does that mean?
This means two things. Everything is going down in BTC terms because there is constantly new productivity being created, but there is a finite fixed supply of Bitcoin. The current amount of productivity has to go down in BTC terms to make room for the new productivity to be priced in BTC. The faster new productivity is created, the faster everything else trends down in BTC. And then number two, if everything is going down in BTC terms, the inverse is also true. BTC is going up in value against everything else. So is this actually true? Well, ask yourself, has Bitcoin outperformed everything else since it was created in 2009? The world is waking up to Bitcoin. This will make the California gold rush look like the neighborhood garage sale.
Damn. Whoa. What a statement.
And then everything is trending down in BTC terms. BTC is going up in value forever. Bonus, I created this video over 2 years ago. Bitcoin is up over 500% since then.
1.4 million views, dude. Damn.
Yeah, this was posted yesterday.
Wow. That is pretty interesting. So you should literally only be buying Bitcoin. That's kind of what he's saying.
Yeah, I feel like if you're essentially a millennial, millennials tend to be at the age where they have some money. It's like this is the retirement version of our generation.
Yeah. Well, it's whether you want to call it retirement or just generational opportunity, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But it's so hard to
Retirement in the case that if you're a millennial and you haven't been paying attention to Bitcoin over the last 10 years or so, you buy Bitcoin to retire even at 50, age 60 or whatever, where you'll actually have cash that will take you to the end of your life.
right.
Or if you were early to Bitcoin, you could retire, age 30, 40, and you got enough money to take you for the rest of your life too.
Yeah. I just don't think this is like knowledge that applies to most people. I guess it's like there's a reason why most people don't own gold, right? And if you do, it's in the form factor of, jewelry.
Yeah, which
Nobody's
nominal. It's nominal
Yeah.
compared to like wealth building.
Yeah, or it's like actually the thing you own is like 50% liquid value in gold. Like the rest of it is like not.
Yeah,
right?
correct.
In its own weight, right? So in general, people aren't like stacking gold, even though like that was the precursor to what we're seeing with Bitcoin, right?
But think about this though, like the fact that Nvidia right now is worth 35 million Bitcoin, and Bitcoin in the sense that there's only 21 million, there's only so much surface area on Earth to put buildings and own real estate. There's only so much surface area. So 21 million kind of represents the surface area of like buildable land on Earth.
Of course,
So if that's the case, then if you could build so much on top of land and you can sort of build up, right, as a result of physics and our technology, that means that everything priced in Bitcoin needs to be purchasable with Bitcoin all at once. Meaning the price of Earth is 21 million Bitcoin. That's the price of Earth and everything inside it.
price. Well, that's what. Yeah, I mean that's what the dollar, as of right now, acts to do, right? Like the whole value price of everything we've done so up until this point, it's priced in.
That's right. That's right. So if you were to add up all the dollars and assume and then add up all the other currencies, but all that together, that is the cost of like if someone were to acquire Earth and everything inside it, it's like this is the cost. So in this case, like if you were to price that into Bitcoin, it would just be 21 million Bitcoin.
Right. Yeah, because
isn't that what this implies ultimately?
I think so, but yeah, it's not the same as what fiat is, right? Fiat is like a never-ending issuing.
But the other thing I was thinking about is like, if you're a regular person going to work, if you tried really hard, you could probably buy a Ferrari. Like you probably could, like 200
Probably
grand.
take like 20 years.
Yeah, 400 grand car.
Yeah,
like you could.
Maybe a Corvette's more realistic, right?
No, but let's go higher, like a Ferrari. Something that's like really hard to do. Like if you're a regular person.
You did a really good job. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you.
But you could make the modifications in your life to acquire that Ferrari.
Good, yeah.
And you'll be fine. But that means that, you bought the Ferrari and you don't have money for basically anything else for the rest of your life on average. So, but you could have also bought a Honda Accord and then had a little bit nicer house. And so you sort of like allocate your resources accordingly, right? As a human being, as we're all doing, because we can't just afford to buy everything, right?
Yeah.
So things are more expensive relative to each other. And you could either get the cheaper car or get the more expensive car, but you cannot get both.
Right.
And so maybe in this scenario, it's like, maybe NVIDIA is like really expensive, but you don't have to buy NVIDIA and Apple at the same time. And so maybe things will cost everything accounting the cost will not be 21 million Bitcoin. Do you see what I'm saying? Like things will be more valuable than 21 million Bitcoin. You just don't have to buy everything. If that makes sense.
Trying hard to live in your world, dude. I really am.
It's like you're never going to buy all of Earth, right? You're never going to do that.
Yeah, no, of course not.
And if you were to try, it would take all the money that there is.
Yes.
And so in that reality, you don't have to price things assuming someone could buy the whole thing for 21 million Bitcoin.
Right.
And so this is 1 million Bitcoin over here. This one's 10 million Bitcoin. And if you were to add everything up, yeah, everything would probably be like 60 million Bitcoin. But you don't have to buy everything all at once. Right? So there's a chance that reality could be.
I see what you're saying. I think I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what is the like mechanic of like? Isn't it like pretty? Like, wouldn't people know like that we're miscalculating the value of things because it's like very.
Yeah. Well, here's another example. Like, if we were to buy a jet, we would only buy one jet.
Yes.
We wouldn't buy like 10 jets. Right.
Wow, stupid.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
But if you were to add up the cost of all jets, we're talking about billions and billions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no reason for any one of us to like acquire all the jets, right? So like if in the case of Bitcoin, you just don't need to buy all the jets.
Yeah, but all the jets have been made, right? And
yeah, there is like a cost associated for each one.
Yeah, like they're there. There was like a conversion of value to produce the jets, right?
Yes.
Like in today's financial standard, it's the conversion of cash into like this new producible good, which are called jets, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they have a value.
Yeah,
Which-
but I guess what I'm trying to say, like the cumulative value doesn't have to equal 21 million Bitcoin.
Yeah, I guess not. Yeah, it's like for whatever reason, I guess those jets could go up in value.
Because think about it. We're only limited to what is it, 2.1 quadrillion units?
Mm-hmm.
And there's more than 2.1 quadrillion things. Right? If this has a cost in Bitcoin and this is like one of like 21 quadrillion things, you can't buy this for a tenth of a Satoshi.
Yeah, I don't think that's that's what the stable coins are for, right?
That's true. Yeah.
So we maintain this like depegged of value of things. It's just Bitcoin is just
Yeah, so it would take 10 stable coins to equal one Satoshi,
Yeah,
and then
correct.
you would buy this for $1.
yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, and if you know the anti CBDC stuff like goes through, it'll be like the individual merchants themselves, right?
Yeah,
Like actually issuing these convertible units to Bitcoin value to like spendable value and like maintaining that ratio, I guess.
Yeah, man, we're entering into a very weird world.
Yeah, so weird that we got to stop it at all costs, dude, and inject an Epstein file clause. Right?
Yeah.
It might be too weird.
Yeah, because if Bitcoin becomes a unit of account, that means everything costs Bitcoin,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't have a world where the cumulative cost of everything is more than 21 million.
Right.
That wouldn't make any sense.
Correct. So you got to keep printing like imaginary spending bucks, right?
Yeah, I guess
Which
that's the only way to solve this.
yeah, which I don't know. So this is, yeah, man, the complexities of trying to figure that out. I don't know. It's this is what Congress is having to deal with, right?
Yeah, this is really tough.
Yeah, but is it any tougher than trying to figure out how to regulate, AI and such? Like, what are you supposed
Well,
to
it
do? with that?
would be equally as tough, I think.
Yeah, we got many vectors of like potentially this mega weirdness that we don't know how to like really deal with, but
And also, like, if
unstoppable.
if we have stable coins backed by Bitcoin, what stops the inflation of those stable coins? Just the value of the underlying asset. Like, if it's valued,
Yeah, as long as
you
they
know.
have like the hard asset to back the new issuance, then it's like it's cool. I mean, that's how Tether operates, right? They can
Yeah.
only issue as much as they actually
have
like as like a collateral base. And I think that's part of the Clarity Act or the Genius Act. One of these acts where like they lay out the actual parameters of issuance, right? So already like several banks are announcing their desire to create their own stable coins.
Yeah, think of Michael Saylor. He has 600,000 Bitcoin,
Mm-hmm.
and he could be issuing his own stable coin too,
Oh, absolutely.
right? Backed by 600,000 Bitcoin. But what I wonder is, if you issue stable coins backed by 600,000 Bitcoin, you can issue more stable coins when that 600,000 Bitcoin is worth more. Like, what is the algorithm there?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's gonna like, yeah. What is the threshold of like variance that
Yeah.
to where you don't like over issue?
Yeah, it's like for every Bitcoin you can issue, say, million, let's say 10 million stable coins.
Yeah, this might just be like we're just describing like a future version of the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, like a decentralized version of a Federal Reserve.
Yeah, just an update to the money issuance protocol, right? Because right now it's literally just per some organization's whim. It's like they do like a economic analysis. It's like, all right, time to print.
Yeah, but that
Right.
means that no matter what, the stablecoin number, the supply of stablecoins can and will only go up,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. It's sort of like just regular fiat.
Well, unless like you're saying the underlying collateral that backs the production of the issuance
also
of
goes
stablecoins
up.
goes down, then it's like you got to tighten that lever. It's just like literally like some governing body has to like up and down, just like they do with interest rates, right? Up and down, up and down. It's like, okay, Bitcoin's crash or for whatever reason is losing
So in this,
upside velocity. We're tightening the issuance percentage,
right, but if
which makes me think there's no way they're gonna allow like just every bank or company on earth to be like
Just
the
issuing-
issuers of things, because so much can go wrong under those, I guess, provisions.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So Michael Saylor, 600,000 Bitcoin, he's issuing stable coins. If he has to sell some Bitcoin, that means he has to do like a margin call on the loans, on the release of the stable coin. And he needs to call it back because there's less collateral to back it.
Yeah, which he's probably had like, his own like bond issuance or like some sort of like covered call options or
Yeah.
something like to
Mitigate that.
like those future
Sure.
events and stuff, just to kind of like keep things stabilized. Right?
Yeah, I
this
mean-
is where we're not the financial engineers here, but I know they exist, right? I've seen them. They're pretty
Yeah, I feel like some new shit has to happen here.
absolutely. Yeah, because yeah,
You shared a very good video that explains the torque wheel of Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy, MSTR, MST, Strife, and Strike.
hmm
And it was interesting how he explained it, because that MST is a yield curve.
yeah,
It's a yield curve where you buy MST. Let's say you have $1 million, and if things go well, meaning Bitcoin goes up, it returns you 80% APY.
right.
So you're getting $800,000 in cash per year off of $1 million of investment.
Right.
Now, if things crash, they take the value of the asset.
Right,
your $1
right,
million.
right.
Your $1 million goes down.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It is crazy. It's crazy that financial technology exists, but I think in the case of Bitcoin, it can actually work long term. Like, you invest $1 million and you're getting $800,000 worth of free cash if things go up.
Yeah, but we know at points things go down. So what do? You just pull out of that position ahead,
I think so.
yeah.
I think you just pull out. So you take your 800 cash, maybe it goes well for 2 years. You make $1.6 million off of $1 million. Then you sell the MST for $1 million,
Mm-hmm.
and you're out of there before it catches on fire.
Yeah. See, this already feels like, like Big Short 2, the movie.
Yeah.
And you've got like the celebrity in the scene, laying in the bathtub. It's like, let me explain to you how like MST collapsed Bitcoin 90% or whatever the fuck. You
Yeah.
know? Like it's
Yeah.
just, these are the individual components, just like those
Sure.
credit default swaps and like these different mortgage-backed securities and stuff that
So-
Wall Street used to overinflate the valuation of the housing market. and
That
stuff
was a
like
very, very good movie, and everyone should watch it.
Yeah.
The problem with that is it had an underlying asset that couldn't go up forever. And Bitcoin can go up forever. It can, especially if its end game is to be the unit of account.
Well, we needed to. In order for all these like mechanics that Saylor and others are putting together, that has to be true. It has to
Yeah.
remain true. As soon as it doesn't, then it's like,
Yes.
you short the hell out of that. Just like the people who
Yes.
The conviction in the housing market can only go up.
Yeah.
As soon as people realize, it's not what people thought it is to be.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a problem here and a systemic risk, and it could snowball like shit like that, right? It's just for all of us who are not, financial technicians, we can't really just
Come up with this.
100% confirm the viability of it. But I think it's something worth learning about to try and strengthen how you're going to, I don't know, like follow along this whole like path, right? Because it's only being put together now, right? So you want to ride it on the way up while it's working.
Yeah, that's right.
And then figure out how to tell when it's like
not working.
It's starting to not work, and when you should be cautious, right?
Yeah, this is important to understand, as it is important to understand how fiat money works, right? Because fiat at first was very complex. Like, what do you mean you can just kind of just make more money? Like, that doesn't make any sense, right? And once you understand it, you know that it's a self-defeating mechanism.
Right.
And with this new mechanism, it is going to be important for us to understand like how it works, as complicated as it sounds.
I totally agree. That's going to be part of our future activities here. It's not just covering like what are the new entrants of treasury company portfolio actors, I guess, that are weaponizing this to fuel their growth.
Yeah.
But again, understanding the underlying mechanics, because they seem to be becoming more and more complex. And,
yes. Yeah.
And therefore more and more like upside potential.
Yeah.
But so we're going to have to figure this out.
I would like to understand how money works.
Maybe we should find some kind of guest.
Yeah, like a financial engineer.
Yeah, let's call up Chewy, dude, to the mic. It's just a bro I know that works in finance. I don't know. Chewy, if you're watching this, let me know your degree of financial acumen.
Yeah, I'm very curious on how money works when an asset that underpins that money has an infinitely discrete supply.
Yeah, man. Well, you might want to seek out, maybe hit up Mark Cuban or somebody, dude. I don't know who. We gotta find. Jamie
Dimon.
Yeah.
How does money work, dude? Under those rules?
Yeah,
it's so weird. I don't know.
Maybe it's like the guy who called the financial housing market collapse. Is like, all right, here's what's happening here.
Yeah.
You see parallels for one.
Yeah.
And give me your future outlook for this thing, and give me all the reasons why this could go awry, et cetera, right?
Well, I think part of that was because the housing market or houses were financialized as a financial tool when houses are supposed to be houses. And I think under the rules of the future of Bitcoin, it's like Bitcoin becomes the financial asset where houses can now become just houses, where the price of a house is reasonable. Like the cost of production plus a little markup, and then that's the cost of the house. And it doesn't really appreciate. Actually, a house is a depreciating asset. It really is. It only gets worse. If you don't maintain your house, it gets worse. Right. Even though that the fiat dollars of a house goes up, that doesn't mean your value has gone up. Right. Actually, houses are a depreciating asset, but it's not, because they're financial instruments.
Right.
And so once now Bitcoin comes in and becomes the financial instrument for everything, then houses can become houses, and they're more attainable.
That's a nice little, friendly narrative. I think that we can kind of, because this is a major pain point for our generation, right? It's the unaffordability of the livelihood we can't even sustain because of the fact that we've leveraged housing as a financial instrument to kind of snowball this.
Yeah, because think about it.
Economic growth.
As a financial instrument, it is a quote unquote investment to buy a house, because when you buy a $200,000 house, 5-10 years from now, it's $300,000. But if you had bought that house with Bitcoin, it would have cost 20 Bitcoin. Yeah. And then 10 years later, it would have cost half a Bitcoin.
Right.
So you actually lost in that.
Lost big.
Yeah.
Massively.
So yeah, I think now with this, an actual financial asset that is independent from everything like Bitcoin, a house can be attainable by everybody.
So these financial instruments being built around it, actually have real legs. They might actually grow for longer than we think.
Yes.
Maybe, yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck, you got me sold, dude. Now I'm
You're a Bitcoin maxi now?
well, I'm a Bitcoin appreciator for sure. Like, yeah, I definitely like this idea of detaching ourselves from, relying on these other components of livelihood to sustain like economic growth. Let's just funnel everything through Bitcoin and create like new derivative products around that, and it's just get rich forever.
Yeah, if you funnel everything through Bitcoin, everything gets cheaper.
Yeah. All the stuff that actually really matters, right? Tangibly.
Yeah, think of like the houses in California.
Mm-hmm.
You buy a $1 million house and it's like a shack. It's like 600 square feet. Like it's ridiculous.
Right. Yeah, I know that sucks, dude. That's not cool. I know.
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, Yeah. It's not cool at all, man. So I mean, this is important stuff that.
Yeah, I feel we're faced with like these questions because we're happen to be in the middle of it, and like this wealth transition situation that we're going through right now, and these questions I feel like they're not being asked, and I don't know if anyone has answers to any of this stuff.
Not yet, I don't think. Okay, again, it's all playing out in real time. I mean, the ones who probably do are the ones engineering this stuff, right? Like they've had those future considerations.
Probably the ones who hold the Bitcoin are the ones setting the rules.
Yeah, that is the fortunate positioning.
And like the U.S. needs to acquire 4 million Bitcoin.
Yeah, I think so too. We'll see. I mean, the Epstein thing might be the ultimate like historical, like the United States collapse as a civilized
because of
nation
Epstein.
because of this fucking thing.
Stupid list. Yeah.
Who knows? But unlikely.
All right, guys. That's it for us. If you have any questions on how money works,
don't ask us.
Yeah, don't ask us. Ask Grok. Grok might know.
Dude, Grok knows everything.
You know what? We should ask Grok this question.
Let's do it. That'll be when I come back.
Yeah.
We'll record
next podcast.
Next podcast.
All right, guys. That's it for us. Appreciate you for watching, and we'll catch you in the next podcast.
Peace.